Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Drop a like, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. I read every single one. Thank you. I'm Alden, 34. And for most of my life, I truly believe that love meant trust, space, and giving the person you care about a soft place to come home to. That belief shaped every relationship I had, until one week shattered it completely. I met Mira 3 years ago in a small bookstore cafe where she always tucked herself into the corner with travel guides and napkin sketches. She had this warm, gentle smile that made you feel like she was genuinely taking you in. And from the beginning, one thing about her was unmistakable. Travel wasn't just her hobby. It was her heartbeat, her language, her comfort zone. I respected that about her. Maybe I even idealized it. But nothing ever seemed off. We were steady. We communicated well, loved quietly, and understood each other's rhythms. Mira was soft-spoken, introspective, and never one for dramatic conflict. I never imagined she'd shut me out completely. The beginning of the end didn't come from an argument. It came from a single sentence. "I'm thinking of taking a solo trip to Vancouver," she said one evening, stirring her tea like she was reading lines off a script. Solo trips were normal for her, so I didn't overthink it. She always returned with photos of mountains, markets, and strangers turned friends. But this time, there was something different, something too light, too careful. A week before her trip, she started drifting in tiny ways. Short replies, wandering eyes, smiles that looked borrowed. When I asked if she was okay, she brushed it off like I was imagining things. The morning she left, she gave me a quick hug and said, "Signal might be bad. Don't panic if I'm offline." I shrugged it off, trusted her, kissed her forehead, told her to enjoy her trip. But a few hours later, when I have a safe flight, text wouldn't deliver. Something in me twisted. Calls went straight to voicemail. Everything else on my phone worked perfectly. She had blocked me. Not accidentally. Not temporarily. Deliberately. My first reaction wasn't anger. It was a cold, hollow confusion. I tried convincing myself it was a mistake. A glitch. Anything besides what it clearly was. 2 days passed. I kept trying. Nothing. I didn't tell anyone because saying out loud would make it real. On the 3rd day, her sister Sophie texted, "Have you heard from Mira?" She said she needed air, but didn't say why. Blocking your number is a lot. I just stared at the message, and something inside me shifted. Not rage, not heartbreak, clarity. If she needed to disappear, fine, but I didn't have to wait in the doorway like a loyal shadow. So I packed my things, quietly, methodically. The apartment shrank with every item I removed, as if its size had depended on the illusion that we were equal partners in it. By the time her plane landed 5 days later, half the place was empty, and for the first time that week, I could breathe. Mira came home to silence. No me, no explanations waiting to soothe whatever story she told herself. 24 hours later, she unblocked me and sent, "I'm home. Where are you?" I replied with the truth. I moved out. Her responses came instantly, panicked, disbelieving. "What? Why? Can we talk? Please." But I had nothing left to cushion for her. I moved into a small apartment across town. Bare walls, empty kitchen, mattress on the floor. It was quiet, still uncomplicated. She kept messaging. I didn't answer. The next morning, she called from a different number. Her voice shook. "Alden." "Please, what happened? Why did you leave?" "You blocked me," I said. Her silence wasn't shocked. It was guilty. "I just needed time," she whispered. I wasn't thinking clearly. "You could have said that," I replied. "You could have said anything. I didn't think you'd actually leave." And that told me everything. She didn't block me to breathe. She blocked me because she assumed I'd wait patiently in the dark until she returned. But I wasn't that man anymore. "I'm not angry," I told her honestly. "I just refuse to be someone you put on pause." "Can you come home so we can talk?" she pleaded. "This isn't my home anymore." Her quiet sobbing didn't hit me like it once would have. I loved her. I always would. But loving someone doesn't mean letting them treat you like a bookmark they can pick up later. Over the next few days, She sent long messages, apologies, explanations, promises. I read them without feeling pulled back. A week later, I returned to the old apartment for my last box. She wasn't there, but she left a note. "I'm sorry. I didn't know blocking you would end us." I folded the note, not sentimentally, just neatly. It didn't end us. It exposed us. If you slam a door in someone's face, you don't get to be upset when they walk away instead of waiting outside. As I locked that apartment for the final time, I felt something unexpected, a lightness I hadn't felt in years. Mira left on her trip alone. She came back alone. And the moment I chose not to wait at the threshold anymore, that was the first honest step I'd taken for myself in a long time.